All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Friday, February 3rd, 2023. Uh, I think basically today's going to be a lot of basketball because
Yeah.
I don't think there's any NHL.
Nope.
So you just basically got some college basketball, NBA, no football either. But no, it's going to be interesting. NBA trade deadlines coming up. A lot of rumors going on about that. You got some NFL news as well with Derek Carr saying he's not helping the Raiders by extending his date before his guaranteed money kicks in. I don't blame him either. I wouldn't. Why wouldn't help him?
Why would anybody trade for him?
That's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody going because he'll get released by the 15th, and then you can just go. You can work on trying to sign him if you want him. And I kind of agree with what Mike Hughes was saying on the afternoon show earlier. Is a lot of these teams are going to wait for him to get released
after the draft,
and then they're going to wait after the draft and see where does Aaron Rodgers end up? Some of your bigger names because you know what I mean before he goes.
I seen the thing, and again, I didn't check it out if it was real news or fake news that Rodgers said he wouldn't go to the 49ers.
I haven't seen that.
Okay, it's probably one of them fake things. I didn't research it, so I was wondering.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that yet.
I didn't know why he would put that out there, so I was wondering why. I tell you, a team, you guys were talking about Carr, and Mike Hughes was saying some of the teams that might be interested. I tell you, a team would be interested is the Commanders.
Yeah, Commanders. Yep. That was one. That was the team we didn't mention either. We talked about the Colts, Panthers. I said Tampa maybe.
Couldn't count the Jets out.
Yeah, maybe the Jets.
Depending, with Rodgers. If Rodgers doesn't go anywhere, where
I think Rodgers is going to go to Vegas, the Jets, or the 49ers. That's where I think. No, don't get me wrong. I'd love for him to come to Indianapolis. If Indianapolis has the money and has some draft capital, if they wanted them, they can make a push for him. Does he want to come there?
Vegas has got the weapons. They would have to strengthen that offensive line some more. That's a big problem Carr had.
And strengthen that defense up a little bit.
Yeah, some more.
But offensively, yeah, they got weapons, and you had Rodgers in there. The offensive line can protect them.
I don't know how much draft picks they've got.
I'm not sure what their draft. I'm not sure what their draft capital is. It'll be interesting. NBA is going to be interesting now because you're hearing the Raptors are wanting to get rid of OG Anunoby. Van Fleet, his name's been mentioned on there.
I seen Anunoby.
Raptors are basically preparing to blow it up and rebuild.
I seen Anunoby's name mentioned with the Pacers, but then what I seen that they said the Pacers would have to give up. I don't think so. It was like two first round picks, a second round pick, and 2 players.
Damn.
For Anunoby. I mean, I like Anunoby, but I don't know that I would be giving up all that.
He would be, man. He'd fit in good with that team, I think. Oh,
yeah, but would you want to give up 2 first?
I don't know. That's a lot. I don't know if I give up 2 first.
And players.
You remember what players it was? It wasn't nothing like it wasn't
Horte.
Okay.
The director, whoever his name is, him and another one, not a big name.
Okay. I mean the play
2 first and I think a second.
I don't know if I'd give up 2 first. The 2 players it wouldn't bother me. I might maybe give up 1 first, a couple players, and maybe a second.
I couldn't give up 2 first.
I don't know if I'd give up 2 first.
Because what was Anunoby drafted? I mean, I know he's a good ball player.
Yeah, I can't remember because that's been a few years. He's been in the league for a few years.
He was the first round, was he? If he was a late one.
I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to look that up. But he's
good.
I mean, yeah, and if they don't trade him, he's going to end up with a big contract somewhere. There's going to be a lot of teams that want him because one, he can shoot, but the other, he's good defensively as well.
But that's the other thing, Chris. You give up, you're not going to win a championship this year. If you get Anunoby and you give up all them first round picks, I think he's a free agent or coming up on a free agency. So you're
going to have to sign him.
So if you're not going to be able to sign him, there's no point in getting him. I mean, because you're not there yet. You're heading that way. Now, if you could sign him, it could help you get there.
Oh yeah, if you sign him,
but it's not going to get you there.
If you can sign him and you add him in with the core we have, I think because that's a position we need to strengthen up is our front court. You put him in the front court with Miles Turner. That's going to make a big difference defensively as well.
Another guy
and he can score too.
And we need help defensively. No doubt about that.
Need help defensively bad. 1, 7, 9, 3. All right, let me get these odds pulled up, and we'll get ready to jump into today's slate of games.
How'd you do yesterday?
I didn't do too bad actually. I went 4-3. Would have been I had a good chance of going 4-2, but the Bucks won by 1 point.
I went 4-2 and hit a parlay. I hit my college basketball parlay. Michigan hit for me. Houston,
Yep, by
and
1
then
point, by half a point.
over. Yeah, and Marshall was a money line win against App State.
So I was 3-0 in college basketball. Wisconsin was an underdog at +7.5. They won. Michigan was an underdog. They won outright. And then Houston, was the same as you, the over, and it was by a half a point. And then in the NBA, I got the Cavs beat the Grizzlies. That was the only game I got right.
I got the Bulls.
Pacers should have won that damn game. I was going to take the Bulls, and I marked them out and went with the damn Bucks, and the Bucks.
I got the
didn't
Bulls
cover.
right, but the Heat killed me and the Mavericks killed me.
Heat killed me. Pacers, which they should have won that game, led the whole freaking game until the last minute.
Oh, you took a money line, didn't you?
Yep.
Because if you'd have took the points,
Yep.
I think you would have been good. I think it was 2.
Well, it'd have been a push.
I thought they won by 1.
Oh yeah, they only won by 1. Yep. So yep. If I'd have went with the points, but I went money line.
Yeah. Well, not usually 2 points. You're not gonna.
I went money line. They should have won the game. I mean,
I
they outplayed the Lakers
watched the whole game.
most of the damn game.
90,
but we done the same thing.
96%.
We done the same thing.
98. I mean, yeah, they controlled the whole game until last couple minutes.
We done the same thing the game before with Memphis.
That's
twice. 2 games in a row we've had almost 20-point leads in the first half, and we lose.
They depend too much on the 3-point shot, and sometimes they shoot it way too quick. Just come down and throw it up.
Yep.
And even their best player does that sometimes.
I agree. All right. I'll get this pulled up real quick. First game in the NBA night is actually the Kings and the Pacers. So I'm just waiting on the odds to get pulled up. The Kings are 29-21 on the season, 3-2 over the last 5. They do lead the season series with the Pacers against the Pacers 1-0. That game was in Sacramento. Hey, that's all right, Frankie. Pacers and Lakers are 1-1 this season. We won we won in LA. You guys beat us in Indiana. Pacers are 24-29, 1-4 over their last 5. They had really been struggling. They did get Halliburton back. He looked good for his first game back.
Yep.
The odds are the Kings are 4-point favorites. Minus 164 on the money line. Over-unders at 233.5. What I like in this game actually is I like the over to 233.5. Because Pacers score a lot of points, and unfortunately their defense isn't the best, so they can give up a lot of points as well. So I like the over to 2. Oh, whoa, that's went down. Okay, shit, it was at 235.5 about 8 o'clock this morning.
What is it now?
233.5. So it's went down 2 points. That's even better. I'm glad I noticed that before I went on, because I'd have looked at my thing and it'd been wrong on my paper. So I like the Pacers in that game. Actually, the over in that game at 233.5. I think the Pacers are going to win tonight. Good thing with the Pacers, they got, I think, 8 of their next 10 games is at home. So maybe they can get back playing the kind of basketball that we're playing.
That's a home game, right?
Yep.
And that's a bit interesting matchup because
Sabonis
and team, you got a couple guys going against the former teams.
Pacers did have one all-star, Tyrese Halliburton, and then we have 2 guys playing in the
futures.
The futures with the Halliburton, or not Halliburton.
Matured.
Benedict Mathurin and Nembhard. Two rookies that have been playing a lot. I'll tell you what, that Mathurin, I think he's up there for rookie of the year, man. He's averaging like 21 points a game, and he usually comes in off the bench.
Yeah, I think right now, if they were going to name it, he's the one that should get it at this point.
Oh, I agree. Next game is the Hornets at the Pistons. The Pistons are 1-point favorites at home, minus 112 on the money line. The Hornets are minus 104 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 240. I favor the Pistons because they're at home. Neither one of these teams are very good right now. The Hornets are 15-38. they're on a 4-game road losing streak. They lost. I don't think it was yesterday. I think it was the day before they lost on the road again against the. I can't remember who it was against now, so I'm not going to try to guess. Pistons are 13-39 on the season. They're 1-4 over their last 5. They do lead the season series against the Hornets 1-0. I favor the Pistons because they're at home, so I would favor the Pistons on the money line. It's not going to be a game that's going to be one of my picks for today. Then you have the Portland Trailblazers at the Washington Wizards. And that's actually changed too. That game has went down to Washington Wizards are 3-point favorites at home, minus 154 on the money line. The Trailblazers are plus 130 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 236.5. Portland's 25-26 on the season. They are 4-1 over the last 5 games. Dame Lillard's been going off. He's led them to 2 big comebacks here last couple games. As they came, the Wizards are 24-26. They're 5-0 over the last 5. They've been playing real good basketball. I like the Wizards at home here against the Trailblazers. I know the Wizards got me the other night. I took them and Dame went off, and they ended up coming back and beating. Just because I can't remember off the top of my head, Portland. Oh, the Grizzlies, Memphis. They got way down against Memphis, and Dame brought them back in the second half to win that game. So I like the Wizards here at the -3. Then you have the Suns at the Celtics. Something must have happened. Something might be going on there because on FanDuel they're not showing nothing. It's all locks. So I don't know if there's an injury that came out or something, or a trade. I wonder if they ended up trading Crowder away. That was a big talk. They were going to try. Maybe I wonder if a deal came through. I'll have to look here in a few. But what I had earlier, the Celtics were 9-point favorites. Celtics were 9-point favorites earlier, but the Suns are 27-26, 3-2 over their last 5. Celtics are 37-15, 2-3 over their last 5. The Celtics lead the season series 1-0. They won the first game 125-98 on the road. So they smoked the Suns in Phoenix. I like the Celtics in this game. Oh, there it came back up. The Celtics are 9.5-point favorites now, minus 450. Over-unders at 220. What I like in this game is the over the 220. I like the Celtics to win, but 9.5 points, that's just quite a few points to give up, especially in the NBA, because like you never know who's going to show up to play. Next game is the Orlando Magic at the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Timberwolves are 4-point favorites, minus 184 on the money line. Magic are plus 154 on the money line. Over-unders at 229.5. Magic are 20-32 on the season, 2-3 over their last 5 games. The T-Wolves are 28-26, 4-1 over their last 5. They do lead the season series against the Magic, 1-0. I like the Timberwolves at the -4 in this game. I think Timberwolves are the better basketball team. Magic have a young team. I kind of agree with what Mike Hughes was saying earlier. The Magic need a veteran to put in with all that young talent they have to kind of help them do. You know what I mean? Help them develop, help lead them a little bit. I think that's something they're missing. They don't have that veteran guy. 76ers at the Spurs. 76ers are 10.5-point favorites. I don't know why I done that. Put it in the wrong spot. Minus 500 on the money line. Spurs are plus 385 on the money line. Over-unders at 234. The 76ers are 33-17 on the season, 4-1 over their last 5 games. Spurs are 14-38 on the season, 0-5 over their last 5. The Spurs do lead the series 1-0. They won earlier in the year. I think the 76ers had some guys out that game. I like this. I usually don't take big spreads, but I'm gonna go with the 76ers at the minus 10.5.
I am too.
I just think they're the better team. Embiid's been playing well. James Harden's been playing well. I actually think James Harden got a little screwed by not not making the All-Star team as a reserve.
Oh, you Harden. Okay.
Yeah, Harden.
I thought you was talking about
No,
this
Embiid.
fella.
Yeah, Embiid. People want to say he got snubbed, but who? I mean, it was either him or Giannis. It's hard to, and the numbers Giannis are putting up right now.
Yeah, you can't argue.
So-
I mean, I don't think they could have put a beat in there, and Giannis could have won
Yeah.
that. It was pretty close.
And then when people are complaining, like it ain't like he's going to be in the All-Star team. He'll make it as a reserve. But I feel James Harden, the way he's playing this year, he could have been a reserve. I think he was one of the bigger snubs on the reserves.
Yeah, I'm going with Philly too. But last time it was Philly, San Antonio, similar point spread. San Antonio beat them outright. But I'm a fool. I'm going to do it again.
And then I mean, you can make a case Sabonis should have been a starter, but the problem there is at that center position you have Jokic in the West. So, but I mean, Sabonis has been playing great this year.
Yeah,
I miss Sabonis, but I like the core we have now. So I mean, I think the trade worked out for both sides. I really do.
It'd be nice if we could have kept Sabonis and had that guy.
And got Halliburton.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
I was a big Sabonis fan.
It'd been nice if you could instead of Sabonis, Miles Turner. but
Turner.
I like
stepped
Turner.
up.
Yeah, Turner's played well this year, and I'm glad he signed the extension and is staying.
What if you could have kept Sabonis, Turner in?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean that would have been nice as well. Next game, Raptors and Rockets. Raptors are 7.5-point favorites on the road, minus 320 on the money line. The Rockets are plus 260 on the money line. Over-unders at 225. Raptors are 23-30 on the season, 2-3 over their last 5 games. Rockets are 13-36, 3-2 over their last 5 games. I favor the Raptors in this game, but the Raptors, man, they're just so hit and miss. So it's not a game I'm going to have as one of my picks, but I like the Raptors. I think they're a better team than the Rockets. And in the last game, the Atlanta Hawks at the Utah Jazz. The Jazz are 1.5-point favorites at home, minus 120 on the money line. The Hawks are plus 102 on the money line. Over-unders at 242. I like the Atlanta Hawks here on the money line. Hawks have been playing some good basketball. So I like the Hawks on the money line here on the road against the Utah Jazz. Oh, I went a little crazy. I'm gonna leave it. So my picks for today, and I'm actually giving out more NBA picks today than I usually do, but I'm gonna go Pacers and Kings over 233.5. Then we'll go Wizards minus 3 at home. The Suns and Celtics over 220. The Timberwolves minus 4 against the Magic. I'm going to take the 76ers at the minus 10.5. And I'm going to take the Hawks on the money line. So I'm giving that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 NBA games.
Damn.
I think there's only like 9.
Okay, my NBA parlay for tonight, I got the 76ers minus 10.5 at the Spurs. I've got the Orlando Magic and Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm going to take that under the 229.5. And I got Charlotte at the Detroit Pistons. I'll take the Pistons money line win.
All right. Did you do any college basketball?
Yeah, I got a college basketball here. My parlay for tonight, I got Boise State at San Diego State under 134.5. I've got Eastern Michigan and Ball State. I'll take Ball State at home. What I have, it's 10.5.
Yep, it's minus 10.5.
Okay, and then I have Yale at Harvard. I'll take Yale money line win.
I had Ball State as well at the minus 10.
And that's my parlay.
Tell you what, I mean, a lot of people probably don't know about Ball State, but we do because we live in here in Muncie where they're at. But they have a pretty good team this year. They're a little streaky sometimes, but I think that I do like that new coach they got.
Yep.
I think he's doing a good job there. And the women's basketball team is doing real well.
Yeah. Yep.
That women's team.
I use women's team.
Yeah, they're real good. They're what number? Did they make it to number 1 yet? I knew they were.
I don't think so. I think they
were in the top 5 at one time.
I think they're still top 5.
So for me in college basketball, like Kansas on the money line against Iowa State, that game's basically a pick 'em. And then I also like Ball State at the minus 10.5 at home against Eastern Michigan. And then I'm going to take Virginia on the money line against Virginia Tech. That game's basically a pick 'em as well. That's gonna be my picks for college basketball tonight. I'm looking at some of the. You have Tennessee against Auburn. Auburn's 25, number 25. Tennessee's number 2. I got Tennessee as 9.5-point favorites, but Tennessee burned me the other day.
Yeah.
Oh no, excuse me, that's tomorrow. I'm sorry, that's tomorrow. I went too far. And that Virginia game is tomorrow. Damn, Chris, look what you're doing. I'm still going to keep the Virginia game for tomorrow anyway. And then tomorrow we got a big matchup. Number 1 Purdue against number 21 Indiana. It's a big matchup for here in Indiana where we live.
IU.
It's at IU. It's going to be a fun game. IU has the ability to beat them, but they also have the ability to get blown out. It is at 4:00. We'll have to listen to. We can listen to it on the radio while we're setting up.
Yep.
I want to take IU, but I'm not going to because they burned me the last time. But they have the talent to beat Purdue. They really do.
Yeah.
But also it can end up being a blowout as well. It just depends on which IU team shows up.
It's going to be an interesting matchup of centers.
Yeah. Trace Jackson Davis, one of the best centers in the Big Ten, against one of the other best centers in the Big Ten.
Well, 2 of the better centers in college basketball, I would say. I mean, both of them top 10.
Oh, yeah. You also have number 10 Texas at number 7 Kansas State tomorrow. There's some good games on Saturday, I'm telling you. Duke and North Carolina, Villanova and Creighton, Gonzaga, number 12 Gonzaga against number 18 St. Mary's. So there's a lot of good games on Saturday.
ACC's down this year.
And then another good game, Michigan State against Rutgers. Rutgers is tough at home. That's tomorrow at noon. The Virginia Tech game tomorrow is at noon. That's a pick 'em. The Kansas Iowa State game I gave out is tomorrow at noon. So some of my college picks are for tomorrow, which is fine because we don't have a show tomorrow. So actually, the only college basketball game I picked for today was Ball State. Boise State and San Diego State tonight could be a good game. There ain't a lot of big matchups tonight. They're all tomorrow. So I'm going to stay with that. Do you have anything else? I know there wasn't no hockey or nothing.
No hockey. Got the All-Star game. I believe it's tomorrow or Sunday. I think it's tomorrow.
Did you see any of the skills challenge for the Pro Bowl? I saw a little bit of the highlights on ESPN. They were doing. I like that quarterback, that precision throwing thing they do. I've always thought that was cool. They used to have it years ago, but I didn't watch a whole lot of it because I was watching the Pacer game. It started at 7, same time as the Pacers did. Then it comes. I think it's Saturdays when they do the rest of it. Hey, how's it going, Mickey? Thanks for joining us. Well, I'll go ahead and give out my picks real quick again before we get out of here. I was 4-3 yesterday on my picks. I am 74-73 on the year so far. So, hey, a little bit over 500. That's one game over 500, but still, that's not bad. If you can get about 50%, if you can get 50%, if you get like 55%, you're considered doing a pro. So, I'm at a little over 50%. So. And I give out a lot of picks each day. So, in basically a month, I've gave out, 150 picks.
Yeah, it's true.
Because that's from January 1st to now. But for tonight, NBA, I like the Pacers on the money, Pacers and Kings over 233.5. I like the Washington Wizards -3 against Portland. Suns and Celtics over 220. I like the Timberwolves -4 against the Orlando Magic. We'll take the 76ers -10.5 against the Spurs. And I'm going to take the Atlanta Hawks on the money line against the Jazz. Hawks have been playing pretty good here as of late. College basketball tonight, I'm taking Ball State at the -10.5. And then on tomorrow's games in college basketball, I'm going to take Kansas on the money line against Iowa State and Virginia on the money line against Virginia Tech.
You know what time that Ball State game is? I'm gonna say 7.
I can tell you. I think it was 7, but I'm not 100% sure. It's right 6:30.
Oh, okay. So don't say what network, does it? I may try to.
I can check. I'm on FanDuel, so don't dare.
Okay.
But,
Might try to watch some of that game.
Yeah, I might try.
Before SmackDown comes on.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch SmackDown. I'm excited about SmackDown tonight. I
am
want to
too.
see what's going to happen with Sami Zayn
Well, I know
and Jay.
they announced yesterday because they hadn't announced it, but they announced yesterday Roman would be there, would be on SmackDown. So Roman's going to be there. I seen where Jacob Fatu made a statement that Jay Uso was officially, he said this, that was officially kicked out of the family. Jacob Fatu said that, who's not in the bloodline story.
He should be.
He's in MLW.
I hope they bring him to WWE and add him because if you haven't seen Jacob Fatu wrestle, go check him out. I hadn't seen a bunch of his matches, and I got to see him on that card of Ric Flair's last match
against Alexander.
Yeah, and man, that dude
match. And then
if you think that because he's a Maga's son, right?
If I remember correctly, I think so.
I think so. And if you think that, because Solo Sikoa to me kind of reminds me a little bit of a Maga, but Jacob Fatu does too.
I know Umaga does have a son. He just started with Booker T.
Damn. They got all kinds of people in that family, don't they?
Yeah.
There'll be people in that family probably for about forever, as long as they keep having kids.
Yeah.
And like Solo, look at the push he got as soon as he got brought up to WWE, and it was deserving because I thought he was great in NXT, but the matches he came, like his first match was what, Drew McIntyre?
Yeah, he's been
main event in SmackDown.
He's been phenomenal, and I think he's really going to kick it up probably after WrestleMania.
Let me ask you this before we get out. Do you think he has the potential to end up being a champion?
I don't know.
I know he's young right now, but I mean, eventually.
Eventually, I think he could be. Personality-wise, I don't know if they would put him as a
you could put
WWE champion, but definitely.
But if you put somebody like Paul Heyman or somebody with them,
definitely
kind of like they did with Lesnar,
definitely
you know what I mean?
in a Continental champion or
United States.
And if
they split the titles up,
but if they don't split the world titles up, and there's more focus. That's another thing now with Triple H. There's more focus on the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title. They've been featured. The U.S. titles pretty much become Raw's main championship, and I mean they're really pushing those titles and making them worth something. That's one reason why both shows have gotten better. They're making the titles worth a little bit more, and a lot of people say the tag team titles are worth more right now because the Usos have been on TV so much, but the other tag teams haven't been pushed enough.
Well, I think depending on what they're going to do with this Bloodline story tonight, I think you might see the tag team division start getting a bigger push because if you go with Sami and Owens against the Usos, then you can start. I mean, or are they going to split up the one people? Damn, I can't think of their name now. Montez Ford. I can't think of the name of the tag team. Montez Ford and Dawkins.
Yeah, I can't think of the name either, but yeah, they could split them up because a lot of rumors they want to put Montez.
I think Montez could be a star.
There's also been rumors
in the singles.
There's been rumors, and it makes sense. They've been talking about bringing back the Hurt Business, and there's been rumors of instead of bringing back Shelton Benjamin and the other guys of the tag team, to bring the Street Profits. That's the name.
Yeah,
bring them in with Bobby Lashley, and be the
Hurt Business.
The Hurt Business. And that would be, and them two as heels would be interesting.
I think Montez Ford has the ability to be a star in singles.
No doubt about it.
He can talk. He has that charisma.
The other guy don't have.
He's put on some muscle.
His tag team partner has gotten a lot better in the ring too. He don't have as much charisma. I think he has charisma, but not as much.
He's not as good on the mic as Montez. No. But I think he's underrated though because he's good in the ring. I like watching him.
I know we talked about going to bring back our wrestling show here in a couple of weeks. We're gonna do that show with the giving out our.
Award show on Monday.
Yeah. That would be something I would like to do. I'd like to do our 5, maybe 3 or 5 wrestlers who were favorites of ours, but not big stars. Not Hall of Famers, You know, who you think were really that you really liked was really good, but never got to that
Yeah.
to that next level. Some people are going to say Mr. Perfect, but I don't know if you can say that because he's in the Hall of Fame.
I would say, one that just off the top of my head was Dean Malenko. I think I
Yeah.
love Dean Malenko.
Yeah, Dean Malenko's a good pick. Yeah, I've been thinking about it some. Yeah, but yeah, I think that would be a cool thing to do.
People won't like it, but even Chris Benoit, I think could have been a lot bigger star than what he was.
Just didn't have charisma.
Yeah, but
And
just
same problem with
same
Malenko. Fantastic in the ring, but didn't have
that charisma. They were always two of my favorites to watch.
Oh yeah, they were
Eddie
incredible.
Guerrero, but he ended up getting the championship, didn't he?
Yeah, he got charisma, and he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
So,
so it's hard to pick him, but yeah, he was. Trying to think of something. I'll tell you a guy I really like right now is that dude on NXT. Man, of course the one who used to say up to the straight up to the moon or whatever.
Yeah, he ain't been showed lately. I'm wondering.
I can't think of his name now, but that dude, I've always been a fan.
I can't think of his name right now for nothing. I can see him, but I can't think of his name. I figure probably they're going to get through WrestleMania season, and they're going to bring him up to the main roster.
I hope so. I think he could do good. He has a good personality.
Well, we heard what today we were in an interview with Shawn Michaels. What he said about of course I'm going to forget her name.
Stark.
So yeah, Zoe Stark said that it's just a matter of time. She's going to be on the main roster and going to be a big star.
I think the same thing for I think Braun Breaker will be up pretty soon. Grayson Waller,
and then the other guy, who's the North American champion a lot.
Damn it. What's his name? I know who you're talking about.
He's getting ready to wrestle with Apollo Crews on their premium live event Saturday night.
I'm drawing
Carmelo.
Yeah, Carmelo Hayes.
Yep. He's right there too.
Yeah.
And that Grayson Waller's excellent too.
Well, I know Michael's talked a lot. They kind of talked about a lot about Grayson Waller and Braun Breaker. I know Bully Ray loves that.
Of course, Roxanne Perez, but I think
that's who Bully Ray really likes, right?
Oh yeah. I think Roxanne Perez, but I think they're going to be careful with her because she's 21 years old, 22 years old. I mean, there's no big hurry.
Yeah.
I think at least another year out in NXT.
Oh, I agree. All right, before we get out of here, picks tonight: Pacers over under 233.5, Wizards -3, Suns and Celtics over 220, T-Wolves -4, 76ers -10.5, Hawks money line, and Ball State -10.5 at home against Eastern Michigan. And then two college picks for tomorrow: Kansas on the money line and Virginia on the money line.
Real quick question before we get out of here. For the Reds, Green this year, is this his breakout season?
I think so.
15 wins or more, if healthy.
I think so. The way he pitched last year, I do. He's been improved. See, Don says, "Can y'all help me out? I need 2 picks for today in NBA or college." Well, probably my favorite picks out of the ones I gave out in NBA. I really like these Suns and Celtics over 220, and I really like the Pacers and Kings over 233.5. Them are probably my two NBA picks I feel the best about that I gave out. I like all of them, but them are probably my 2 favorite. And in college basketball for today, there wasn't a whole lot of games I like. So I would go with Ball State at the -10.5 at home against Eastern Michigan. I know it's a lot of points, but Ball State's been playing some pretty solid basketball.
I liked Yale money line at Harvard. You might check that out, see if it would be worth anything, on your I think it was pretty much a pick 'em game.
Okay, so it wouldn't be bad odds.
I don't think it was bad odds. You might check that. I liked Yale at Harvard.
And what you had a parlay in the NBA. What'd you end up going
I had Philly -10.5 at the Spurs. I had Orlando and Minnesota under the 229.5. I had Charlotte at Detroit. I went with the Pistons money line win. And my college basketball parlay for today was Boise State at San Diego State under the 134.5. Eastern Michigan at Ball State minus the 10.5, and Yale money line win at Harvard.
Hey, we're doing good, Don. Hopefully you're doing well. Don said thanks. Hey, no problem. Don't forget, we will be live tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern for GSR Gonzo Sports Room. We'll talk some WWE SmackDown. We'll talk NBA. Probably talk a little bit about NFL, some of the stuff that's going on there. Joe Mixon has a arrest warrant out for him. We'll talk about that. And then tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, we'll be live with live pro wrestling from Crawfordsville, Indiana, NGW. Should be a good card. It's our first time going to this promotion, so I'm excited about it.
Yep.
So join us at 6:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night, live pro wrestling. Like I said, if you haven't seen one of our live streams for the pro wrestling events, we're there at the event live. You get to see all the action, and we do commentary, so it's usually a fun time.
Yep.
Then when we have another one on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern, as we're going to be at Summit Pro in Greenfield, Indiana. If you're in the Greenfield area and you haven't checked out Summit Pro, you need to go check them out.
I agree.
In my opinion, they're the best promotion in Greenfield. I know there's another promotion that just started running there, but I don't know if they'll be able to put together the cards that Summit Pro's been putting together so far for over a year.
No, yeah.
So
and bring in a lot of different talent.
Yeah, they that's the one thing I do like. They keep a mixture of talent in. It's not all. You don't go there and just see all the same people all the time. You still see some of the normal guys, but it moves around.
And that's one thing about on Saturday, NGW is doing. They're bringing a lot of different talent, and then even on Sunday, they're doing a show with talent that's never been there at all.
Yeah, if you're in the Crawfordsville area, go check out NGW. They're in a double shot this weekend. Saturday at 6:30. Sunday, I think, starts at 4.
I thought it was 3.
Or it might be 3. It's either 3 or 4. It's in the afternoon. It's an earlier show. We won't be at that one because we was already booked for another show on Sunday, but we'll be there Saturday. Come join us for that. And like Dad mentioned earlier, Monday night we'll have our wrestling awards show for 2022. We were supposed to have it a couple weeks ago, had to postpone it due to me being ill and the guest that's going to join us. He had some health issues going on, so we had to postpone it. But Superfan Marcus Fine will be on there with us for the award show. He's went to 69 different
shows
last year. And so he's seen a lot of wrestling in Indiana. So I don't think there's really anybody better to have to help do the awards because he's seen a lot.
And he's seen shows in Illinois, Kentucky, and
Indiana.
And I want to say
I'm not sure about Ohio.
I don't think Ohio, but I think he did Michigan.
He might.
I thought he might have did at least one Michigan show. But I know 3.
Yeah, I know he goes. He's with Kentucky and Illinois.
Yes.
So. But no, it'll be a fun. So we got a big weekend coming up. Big day on Monday. We'll be back Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern with Easy Money, a sports betting show. Hope the picks do good this weekend. Hope everybody enjoys their weekend. Be safe. We'll see you guys on Monday.